Hello. I am like, what, 9 hours late? I'm here now. I had some things to do. For one, I had to fix the plasmas. Um, I spent like 5 hours making a spreadsheet and balancing it all. Yeah, now the plasmas should actually be viable in their versions, hopefully. Anyways, the base is still here, so I assume the nuclear reactor did not blow up. Wait, what? What is this? So dumb. Okay, let's give the reactor a look. Script is still running. Reactor is still there. But still it's just running thorium. Wait, this doesn't look very promising. I know there's a few problems I need to fix. I'm gonna start with that before we start doing anything else. It'll take like maybe 20 minutes max. But after that, I guess we should see what has happened today. I actually just logged in for the first time today myself, so I'm not sure what progress has been made here. Anything new in here? I don't. Oh wait, that looks pretty new. Fire factory. Ooh, okay. Looks like we've been doing the GT++ multi-blocks. Very nice. Centrifuge. What are you doing? Bombs. Ah, okay, that's nice. So some resource production from the bees finally. Oh, okay, that's a lot of multis actually. Mixing machine. Serial press. Oh, this is the bending machine, I think. Electrolyzer. Electrolyzer? What is that for? Ah, okay, I guess it makes like chlorine. Nice. Wait, I assume it should be running though. Something is wrong. Oh, for one, you cannot electrolyze diatomites, so I guess that's what's wrong here. And with this, the centrifuge should not electrolyze. Who made this? Extruder? Nice. Also, why are they in the basement? Did they not find any better places for this? I'll have to move them at some point. How long do I have before this thing does the cycling? Like 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I think I should probably shut it down before then. Okay, this should have more coolant in it. So there's still a problem with the nukes that it voids the coolant. I'm not sure what's causing that. For long-term usage, it's very good if you have to constantly fill it with more. Oh, also, I updated the mod pack, so the latest dev. Now there's a new mod. I think it's called Dura Display, and it shows the durability as like a number instead of the bar. Hello. How many things exploded today? I don't know. I just got on, so the nuke didn't explode at least. Something else might have, but I am not aware of anything that exploded. Yeah, durability display. Updated the mod pack. Also, we are testing on a custom version of AE2 right now that Trapolainen gave me. And it seems to be working, so hopefully that P2P bug is fixed that we had earlier on. You could also explode backups. That would be very nice for the long term safety of our base. Oh, there's the second nuke as well. But hopefully we can get the uranium nukes running today. It'd be fairly simple. I just need to fix or make the code a little bit more reliable. Um, the core temperature is too high. Did the code crash or something? Wait, I think the computer has crashed. Uh-oh, okay. So we the nuke actually would have exploded in about 10 minutes. Oof, that's scary. Well, practically has a flow for the uranium for us. Okay, that's not too bad. I assume you took into consideration the recycling of the depleted rods. Do we actually? We bowl? Yeah, we bowl for at least a few hours. Super late. I had to fix the plasmas, and then my mom asked me for dinner, so that took about 3 hours as well. I just came back from there. Do we have any more thorium rods? We do. Nice. Depleted. I think I can use these though. That's just about an hour, so that should be fine. That should give me time to fix the thing that well, this thing tries to explode if it cannot, or it doesn't have any extra rods in here. So I need to add a check that it doesn't try to extract the depleted ones out unless it has something to replace it with. Also, Paul came home today, actually yesterday. So he should be streaming later on today. Would be pretty cool. After displays, yep, we just updated to the dev version that was released like 2 days ago, I think. Also got to try the new auto updating script, and it works pretty nicely. Like almost 2 clicks, and it updates the new version to both the server and client. So good. Oh, wait, what? Ender chest? That's also new. I wonder if it links anywhere. It might be for like Adam to mine. So I forgot the coolant cell in my inventory. Is the durability display going to be enabled by default? Yes, I think it is. But you should be able to. Display. There we go. Maybe there's like a. There we go. You can just disable it easily, and it's still enabled. Wait, but what? It's disabled on some things, and some things still have it. Oh. Looks like RecTech tools might have it like enabled at all times. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I wonder if there's settings for that. But I kind of like it though, so I think I'm gonna keep it on. What power tier are we at? We are kind of mid IV now. Yeah, I would say mid. Like we are making the multi-block things for the crafting, and hopefully tomorrow or I think it's Thursday would be in 2 days. We can start working on the assembling line. Legend has its bullets a hard stack IV forever. Yeah, I doubt that. I'm pretty sure we'll get the fusion in at least like a week. Anyways, the reactor is stable now, so let's get started on fixing the bug of the rods being extracted when they shouldn't be. So let's just hop off the single player for that. I don't want to make blast line yet. I think Blue was working on that. Also, Phineas finished the acid line he was making, so we can actually start making uranium com processing next. That should allow us to actually scale the uranium nukes, which should solve all the problems. Just logged in. Yeah, so did I. What's the progress? Nothing. Like I came home like 15 minutes ago. Well, a bit more, but progress is that the nuke didn't blow up, but there is a fatal flaw that it does explode if we don't have any spare rods left remaining. So I need to add a failsafe for that. But otherwise, the script was really nice. After I make the script work, we'll have to modify the nuke we have on the server slightly so that it can actually take all 22 amps of EV that the uranium will put out. Also, this doesn't seem to be loading properly. Let me see if I fly out again and reload. There we go. That's better. Right. So the problem is that if the interface doesn't have any rods in this slot, also that looks kind of weird. I wonder if I can move the door display slightly. Kind of want it on the top side instead. Vision, maybe one. That's something. Uh, hmm. Three maybe. I don't think that's doing anything at all. I guess it's actually. I'll give you UV is really short, so it would be surprising. Just knock with a fusion and more rockets. Yeah, yeah. CPN is really short unless you start scaling power infra with fusion. And UV is actually, I think UV is pretty long with the bio stuff and the crystal processors. But honestly, all the tiers after LUV kind of feel somewhat the same. It's pretty hard to make like boundaries. They flow into each other pretty nicely. Anyway, let me get the Visual Studio open here. So we're gonna delete. Name this the Beatus reactor. Um, that's a bit weird. Why's the computer not turning on? Okay, that's not very good. Might need to chunk load this area. Having some trouble here. Computer, please turn on. Not gonna turn on. Oh no. Hmm. I haven't had this happen before. 11 p.m. streaming. Yep. There we go. Okay, the thing almost blew up. Hmm. Well, is it working again? All right. Coding time. So the problem is here. The replace rods could show it, but I think it blows up if I do. So I need to either check that there are rods in there. Um, I guess actually it should be in here. Uh, Hide below and slot one. This name should match the non-depleted rod name. So for uranium, it should be this. Okay, that's good work. Because this is all done in a single function call, I think I'll have to add a thing here so that it doesn't try to extract them. Well, if the stack size is smaller than the depleted rod amount, then it will run out. So I have to check it every time, I think. Here. Uh, yeah, that should actually do it. Let's give it a test. How far are we? Still Ivy. Mid Ivy now. Hopefully you can get uranium nukes actually running now. So now that if I place a single depleted rod in here, instantly change it? It does, okay. But now if I remove these from here, and I place a depleted rod, it should not try to remove it. Nice. How it works. And as soon as I add this back in here, it should detect it. It doesn't. Did the code crash? Those massive fusion reactors have specific use, so that, by the way, oh, which fusion reactors? Do you mean the compacts? These things? Yeah, they are like 64 times a normal reactor. They are very good. Broken even, like they late game without these would be really annoying. Super good. Yeah, compact. Well, it's smaller than 64 individual fusions, so in that sense it is compact. Okay, why is this not working now? Oh, because this thing crashed. Right, that actually helps. I guess. Hmm. Ah, I see. Because there is nothing in there. It's returning nil on the get stack in slots, so we need to add a separate check here. I think it's enough if I just do this. Um, so this should not be true if it's nil. Maybe it's better to be more explicit here. Find a redundant code here. Should be fine. Better safe than sorry when working with nuclear reactors. Um, oh, it's that's not what was supposed to happen. Guess I caught it in a bad spot or something. Wait, that thing should not be active right now. Okay. Now that helium plasma got giga nerfed, it's better to move to higher tier plasmas or a different power source. Oh, funny that you asked. I spent about 5 hours actually making the recipe chains for the new plasmas. He actually pulled those up here. So this is what I spent my day doing. We have the tier 1 plasmas, then we have the tier 2 and tier 3. You can see here the ratios or the numbers. So the plan is for these to actually be slightly better than helium plasma, but much harder to scale. Because you need molten or you need lithium, magnesium, and bedrockium for the tier 1 plasma, then you start needing copper, tritium, cobalt, and silicon for the tier 2. And then there's plutonium and tartarite for the tier 3. So the plan is for these to actually still be viable in plasma, but not be as dumb as just spamming helium plasma everywhere. How did I even read this? Yeah. How did I even make this? That's why it took so long. It's a mess, but basically I had to make this so I can figure out like good values for the new intermediary plasmas here. But the main thing is in the middle or in the side here. Basically, to get the tier 1 plasma, you need five reactors in total. And each reactor on average gives you over 1,000,000 neoprotect, which is way more than what helium plasma did. None of these plasma changes make any sense. Maybe I'm kind of biased, but I think they do. Because I half made them myself. Helium plasma was really dumb. Like, there was no challenge to scaling it up. And you could scale it up until you get Dysons. So you had no progression in your power chain from CPM to like UMV. It was really stupid. Now there's actually like viable other alternatives. Like, why would you do NAC fuel when you can just spam helium plasma? But now there's actually a choice of doing the higher tier plasmas or doing NAC fuel or maybe something else even. And crit recipe. There you go. It's weird now. Are we going to explain these chances to the non-English speakers? Well, the only real change you need to explain is that the fuel value of the plasma makes higher tier turbines lose fuel efficiency. Like, that's the entire thing, the actual nerf. These new plasmas are just ways to like circumvent the nerf because they have higher burn values. If you take a look at the force plasma, this is much higher than helium plasma, so you can use it for longer. And then we have the runite plasma here. It's even higher, so you can use it even longer than the tin plasma. The last one is this actually just got buffed, but yeah, this doesn't even have the nerf. Liquid air plasma instead of thing. Nothing. It's nice running the same power cell for more than 2 years gets boring. Yeah, and we did it for. Actually, we started using plasma power in CPM in our Stargate world, and we only stopped using it after we got Dysons. So we actually did helium plasma for the entire run almost. So it's kind of a welcome change. And what was I testing? Right, I was testing this code. Wait, did it break again? Ah, right, I just crammed it. Okay, I was going to reset it. Force plasma is kind of buff, and it's Mark 1, but takes far more turns than anybody in their right mind has ever made in CPM. Yeah, so force plasma is kind of a weird one because it's not really supposed to be used for power in itself. Because when in CPM, helium plasma is still completely viable and usable, so you can just do that. Force plasma is primarily there to act as like a crafting ingredient for the tier 2 and tier 3 plasmas. Plasmas are blacklisted from Excel? Nope, they are not. I changed that myself. Only helium was. Actually, I can just pull up the. Let me pull up the change. Here's the sheet that I made. So you can see that with higher tier turbines, you need to start using the higher tier plasmas. But the new plasmas you can circumvent that. So that's the idea, that you have to start using higher tier plasmas when you get better turbines. And if you completely want to avoid it, you can just use the normal non-XL turbines. The nerf only applies for XLs. Okay, that worked. Now if I remove this, it should stay in here. And it does. Good. And now as I add this in here, it should get extracted. And it does. Okay, looks like script works. And we can actually go apply it to the live reactor. Copy this over. Where do you want to keep the depleted rods in? So if I don't have any replacement rods available and I extract them, then the cells go in wrong places and it can go boom if we don't have enough. Yeah, I just flush it with coolant. So long as tertiary plasma can be reasonably automated and produced, yeah, that's a check. It's hugely power positive. Yeah, also a check. It's like 95% or more even. It's easily extracted without yeah, Excels work for that. So yeah, you should be happy. 50 crops for weeds, sure. Excel's get nerfed to disgrace spamming times from thousands of regular turbines instead. Well, that's your choice. Which areas were you having? Just the transformium maybe? Or did you have other fields as well? Seems fine to me. Don't see any weeds anywhere. Unless there's some here, maybe. Probably just the breeding fields. I assume you weren't touching these fields here. Are you still gonna play today, Matspo? I think it's technical issues. Unfortunate. How much power do you get from, say, Compact Mark 3 with the Neo tier 3 plasma? Let me pull up the sheet here. Okay, so let's say we have a single compact doing this. That would be this much EU. How big is this? Let's see. I think that's 2.9 billion EU per tick. So that's about twice what you would get with helium currently. But of course, that's just the only the one reactor. So if you want to like look at the cost for the entire chain, then we need to take a look at the EU per reactor here. I think that's like, how much is that? Divide that by a million. 600 million. Okay. 600 million per reactor. That might be a bit low. Right, it's the same number here. How much even is the helium plasma? Uh, helium plasma would be this. Actually, it should be more than helium plasma. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, without efficiency as a turbine. Correct, I forgot that. Yeah, so you get about 1.5 billion when you account for the turbine as well. Yeah. Yeah, I remember making it so it's slightly better than helium plasma in a similar like setup. Making a new spreadsheet. No, I'm just showing the spreadsheet I made earlier today. Yeah, Steelix went and merged the nerf into the main pack without actually adding the plasma recipes, so I had to make a spreadsheet and give the recipes for him. Infinite turbine would be 275. Yeah, something like that. I can check it. 295, yeah. So almost triple the average value. So it's almost actually something like 1.8 billion per compact Mark III, which is more than helium would give you earlier on. Steelix can suck it. Well, I mean it's better than what we had, which was the blacklist on helium. Like I'm the one who actually got rid of the blacklist, so there's a door factory here. Is the cost of running? Yeah, but like helium had no cost, so we had that some cost. I keep pulling up the thing. I have the cost right here. So okay, let's say we have one compact. These are the amounts you need of ingots per hour to run the compact, which produces the 1.8 billion euro. So it's not completely free, of course, but like 6,000 ingots in like UHV or UAV is not that much. So hopefully it should be fine. Like of course, this is the first iteration of the costs, so they might change. But for now, this is what's in the pack. But we need feedback on the numbers. Like these are just my assumptions on what might be good. Eyes are almost full. Uh-oh. Nice fail name. Thanks. I made it myself. No, no, no. We still have dry. Oh, wait, it's multiplied. It's voids. Um, looks fine to me. Helium recipe is getting changed. No, helium stays the same. Only the viability of helium in the XL using turbines that are better than like iron turbines is getting nerfed. I think it's done with helium plasma otherwise. All the changes are in the turbines. This is probably the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, just wait until you see the next base we make in a few weeks. Like this is just a temporary base. I still really like this corridor though. So nice. Temporary base. Yeah, there's no way this base is big enough for us to make the Stargate. Like we will be making a bigger base over here with multiple builders. Like I was the only one who made this base, and we have 6 builders. So it wouldn't be fair if I was the only one who got to build in the game. Oh, subscription. Thanks for the Prime, Dan Jiyong. I probably butchered that name up. I tried. Void platform gang. No, I refuse. Void platform should be removed. Those costs didn't seem bad from what I saw on the spreadsheet. Yeah, they shouldn't be too bad. Like they should still require some thought, so you don't just automatically get them from like running a single void miner somewhere. But they should still be in the realm of possibility of automating properly. So, like I'm trying to make the helium plasmas, or not helium plasmas, just plasmas internal, like an actual fuel source that you have to think about instead of just bunking down a few infinite pumps and calling it a day. Like NAC fuel should be competitive with the fuels and the other way around. That's how I see it. How many sheeps to get sacrificed to get all the unstable ingots for Kylestis? Actually, not that many because we have the Kylestis B. We have infinite Kylestis from bees. Very nice. NAC fuel is ass. Why is it ass though? Is it because helium was so easy compared to the NAC fuel, so you don't do it? Like NAC fuel is actually really strong, but the effort required compared to helium is so high, so much bigger, so nobody just did it. But like, there's nothing wrong with NAC fuel. I'm wondering what the base looks like without shaders. It looks fine. It's not shiny. I can show it. Like, there's nothing wrong with this base. Completely fine to my eye. But like, of course, there's no reflections and there's no sun rays, so it looks a lot more plain. It's still a good base. Are you able to run with the shaders? Only I have the computer specs in my bio, so you can just check them. You need to mark for NAC Fuel B. Um, maybe it could run like using Eternium or something under it. Topic of fusion, is there gonna be any buffs to alternate sources of European maybe buffs fusion? I think European B already exists, no? Wait, it doesn't? Although I don't think European was ever a problem for us. It's extremely easy to make. And I'm pretty sure we have an Neodymium B. Or we don't. Okay. I don't remember European or Neodymium ever being a problem for us. Especially with the new space miner, which we can just use. Like the space or the space elevator, that thing is pretty busted for all our resources. I don't like that the micro blocks emit light but don't glow like the original Lapis blocks. Ah, yeah, without shaders, yeah, yeah, of course. Shaders are pretty important for the Calastis look. What happened? Oh, right. Hey, it's Pao. We have a new player here. Oh god, the quest book. Ugh. Wait, did I already update this? I don't think I did. And they are trying Ballers Run. Um, well, that depends if we're gonna have another Ballers Run. Like, there's no plans for continuation yet. Wink. It's some code. Oh, except someone changed the redstone. Um, redstone thingy. Redstone here? No. Damn. Okay, let's see. Transposer. That looks very much not fine. Okay. I'm not sure why they changed so much. It's annoying. The redstone here. Take notepad here. Transposer. And the reactor chamber. I'll just have to look. Oh. On like Stargate, if I can catch like a buff cycle, that makes it easy. Yeah. Don't count on that. Hard to find motivation to play when it's spamming the DPS and making highlights draw. Oh yeah. Oh, friend request. Well, at least endgame is Eye of Harmony spamming instead of the DPS now. Maybe slightly better. I don't know. I haven't been there. Nerf first, make it impossible, then slide buffs. Yeah, that's how it goes. UAV is kind of a disappointment. Hmm. This UAV, we only got DTPFs. Like, the DTPFs feel so good when you get them running. Like, they make something so much cheaper, like Neutronium and some other stuff like Infinity. With my... Oh, right, I'm too far away. Keyboard respects how far you are. I should probably actually add them to this code file. I wonder why this changed, though. Like, they shouldn't have. I think it's just easier if I do it inside the editor. When Nidus. Make me a Mark III computer and I can make you a Nidus. Balls run. Indeed, Excure, indeed. It is the balls run. 10 targets gives a creative ending. Oh, but that won't be any fun. Alright. Will you work? I'll take that as a no. God damn it. Okay. Nodes back up. So now we can switch to uraniums. Uranium rods. Actually, do we have any depleted thorium? I can check that the thing actually does. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay. Great. This gives me radiation. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah, that seems to work. Good. So mildly radioactive that they don't take any damage. Very interesting. Okay, so which cable can I actually use to extract 22 amps of EV out of the reactor? We don't have IV hatches yet because it needs iridium. Actually, let's see if. Ooh, new stuff. Wait, are we actually getting plutonium here? Not plutonium, platinum. It's doing something. That's the sifter. Oh, there's a mixer. We're still losing cooling cells, or did you figure out what happened? I think so. We are. Yeah, I believe we are still losing them. Yeah, we definitely are. There was like, yeah, this should still be full. Like, I have no idea what's causing it. Because I'm fairly certain that the reactor is not making them overheat. Like you can see, they get extracted fairly well in time. How many compacts would you need to make one compact of tier 3 plasma constantly running around? Well, it's kind of hard to say, but the goal was that you have one compact for each of the like primary plasmas, and then you can use one or two or three normal fusions for the intermediary steps. You can see here that the tier 1 thing needs 5 reactors in total, but it's only one reactor for the force, and then you need like small amounts of the other reactors. Here you need 10, but yeah, same thing. So you need small amounts of the other reactors. So the goal is to have like 5 compacts, I think, if you want to run a compact of the tier 3 plasma all the time. And then maybe like 20 or so of small fusion reactors. Five compacts. Yeah, if you want to run the tier 3 compact at full speed, because that's a lot of power. Why do I keep closing this? I guess. So, okay, so let's say you are running this recipe, like the celestial tungsten, which is the tier 3 fuel plasma, in a compact at full speed. So that's this number times 64. This is a lot of power. So that's 2,800. That's billions. Yeah. So one compact running the new thing is almost. It's almost 8 billion EU per tick in a turbine. So of course you're not gonna get that with a single compact. Otherwise, it would just be even better than helium plasma almost. 5 compacts for 1.8 EU per now, billion EU per tick now. No, 8 billion. Numbers should make sense. How many turbines does it take to get that 8 billion? No. I think one turbine is with infinity turbines. It's like 330 million. So you need almost 24 XLs just like burn all the plasma from a single compact Mark III. Like the fuel value should be fine. Like it's not supposed to be a nerf in like the capabilities of plasma. It's supposed to make the plasma chains more involved. So it's not just a single step process. Plasma should still be viable as a power source if you invest into it. But of course, I did not have time to actually test this in a world. We will be testing it in this run though, at some point. But I did not test it in like in a dev world yet. So we'll just have to see if the numbers look good or not. Like they're easy to tweak. So supercritical steam still a thing? It is, yes. You have a feeling it could have been done in a better way. Well, give a suggestion. Like that's what I came up with in about 5 hours. But if your solution is to just not nerf helium plasma, then that's not gonna go through. It feels rushed, yes, because it is. Because I woke up today to people complaining that helium, or not helium, just like plasmas are completely unusable because Celix went and got the thing merged that nerfs the things even more, and then we didn't have recipes for the new fuel plasmas. Hello, fast wings. Celix rushed it. Yeah, he tends to do that a lot, and then I have to pick up where he left off and try to fix the things. Right, I need a cable. Cable for EV. Need 32 amps of weight. Do we have the plot line now, right? That's not as much platinum as I was expecting. I need a base tour. I can stroll around. Here's the main atrium, where nobody ever goes for some reason. Here's the modern art chandelier. Just to fill the space a little. We didn't have really anything better to put in here, so it's not art piece. Here we have the server racks. There's more downstairs, and I think they look a little better. So let's take a look here. I'm really happy with these doors. Crafting CPUs. One goes there because of the tiny debug terminal. Yeah, but if I remove this, then somebody will just add a 1 block terminal and use that. Here we have all the auto crafting machines. Although these are kind of being deprecated for the multi-block versions. We could maybe remove the multi-blocks like in here. That might also work. Okay, that's the howl alarm. Are we able to only use ME interface and import as well? Yes, of course. Love your base. Yeah, I also love it. It's temporary. We will move away soon. Put in the secret hole in the bay. Wait, what's that? Arms. Here is the bee breeding area with the hex roof. Do we have a secret hole somewhere in the bay? Really, the correct plus cutting machine will fit perfectly with the base theme. I'll have to cover them up somehow. Powered by cobble. Where? Moving where? This is a temporary base until we get like some infrastructure going. We'll be making a bigger base over here with multiple builders, and we will probably move there after we get the fusion. The water. I see no hole in the water. Wait, is that the hole? No. Night vision. Yeah. I see no hole. Although I see water that needs to be fixed. Let me do that. Can show the cursed area with the item counted P2P. What? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Actually, don't have a screwdriver. It's taking so long. Are you kidding me? Really? The only thing I needed is how long I played this pack. Well, this world is 11 days old. The pack I have played for about 5 years now. Well, like way over 5,000 hours. Okay, this is just cursed. I need to fix this. Where are the bots? Where are the bots? Why was this one the only one not moved? It's kind of funny. Maybe huge is a bit overkill. And that is some life. I really hope there's no holes in the glass. Otherwise it will flood the entire basement again. I guess I should just go check in there. Might as well. Oh, my hover thing came back. The number 5. I need to keep my thing clean. a hole. I think it is. And what's that hole? Hmm. The glass kind of glitching with the water. I don't think there's any way to fix that. And the glass wall looks quite solid to me. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. I really want to get the uranium nuke running, but I also want to add some. Right, just came back from coding, but I need to add a kill switch to the reactors if the capacitor is too full, so we don't waste any fuel. But I think we had the problem here that the computer cannot support anymore. Yeah, there we go. Only 8 components. So I believe we need to upgrade the computer casing. I think I will do that first.
Hello?
Hi. Wow. Someone is here.
Hello, I'm trying to get the alt update to work. Does it supposed to do? It just when I run it, it just says extracting the zip, and then it just closes like a few seconds. It closes itself a few seconds after that. Is that normal?
Yeah, but you should run it inside the terminal so you can actually see any errors.
Uh,
Make a server for this stuff. Yeah, that would be ideal, but right now making a server is annoying and the autocrafting is still kind of a mess. So I think I just like almost handcraft our Mark II computer casing and that should be enough for what we need for now. Because this, you saw nothing. Because this is really damn cheap. Actually, can I even make the Mark III already? I don't think we have the advanced circuit boards. Oh, we do. Okay. So I think Mark III is the only thing we're missing. Yeah.
how do I open see a command prompt there?
You can just are you on Windows?
Yeah.
Hold Shift and right click in the folder, and there should be Open PowerShell.
Ah.
Invalid. Accidentally spawned in a computer casing. Yeah. Hey, PA. Cool. There might be a way to maybe combine uh, the machine like islands we have, so we can put the multi-blocks in there instead. Because having all the multi-blocks in the basement is not very sustainable.
Yeah, but like we don't have a place. Was wondering where to put them, but we have nowhere else to put them. So I can't just
Yeah.
put them there.
But I was thinking we could just we could like combine the machine islands because those are 3 by 3. So if we make them, well, combine 2 of them, that would be 9 by 8, I think. So we can fit
Uh,
4 machines in there, and then we can still have like an access area behind them.
I guess. We have to pull. We have to pull like EV/IV cable over though.
Yeah, yeah. I was just trying to work on the uranium nuke, so that should allow us to actually
Yeah.
make like a grid of EV. This needs to be a fluid pattern. I saw somebody made a PA. I assume it was Cloud.
I think it was. I don't. Actually, I'm not sure.
Oh, right. You're not even on the server, so how would you know?
Not sure. Somebody. I think Klaus said that they're gonna get one,
Yeah.
but
I just really want the circuit assembler in the PA so I can actually have multiple circuits in there.
yeah. No, I also want the laser because we only have
Yeah.
one laser engraver, so we can't automate it.
But the PAs can share walls really nicely, so we can have 2 of them for super cheap.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But right now we have a single block laser engraver, so we can't switch recipes.
Yeah.
We can't have different lenses. So yeah,
Uh,
I really wanted.
the open computers thing also needs circuit assembler with like 1, 2, and 3. I think it's the only thing that needs circuits
Yeah.
in there. Kind of weird.
How hard are PAs to make again? I think we can afford it now, right? It just
Yeah,
takes
we
tons
have
of
one.
steel.
Yeah, we have one actually now. Also, the
Nah, we're
reactor
low on
script
tons
should be
still
fixed
though.
now.
Okay.
The
Okay,
script
wait.
should work.
Is the cell Did you figure out why it's
No,
voiding cells?
no,
No.
that's the only remaining problem. I think what I'm gonna try actually here is that I'll disable one of the freezers and
Yeah,
see if
try
it's
running
still.
only one vacuum freezer. Do have to
Yeah,
narrow it down to see what's causing the problem. It's either the reactor overheating the cells or it's the vacuum freezer voiding cells, but I'm not sure which one it is.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not the overheating because I see no way it could happen in the 30 seconds that it takes to go from like 24 to 0. There's no way it's that slow.
The only way that can happen is for some reason the AU just stops working for whatever reason.
Yeah. Hmm. I just realized you could maybe even have the subnet have like a power acceptor on the reactor itself, so that every time the reactor is online, the coolant loop is also getting power from the reactor.
Hmm. I guess yeah. But yeah, as long as you're I mean, as long as your failsafe works, even if the computer dies, it should be fine. Because
Yeah,
last time that we completely ran out of power and your computer died. I was
yeah.
worried, but it
The
was fine.
failsafe is the computer. If it dies, then there's no failsafe. So that might be a problem. The computer is the failsafe, and there's no failsafe for the failsafe. So
I
it's
mean, like,
already.
isn't
Mm.
the I mean, it depends on how the redstone pour on it works. So, because if the
Yeah, unlock. Sadly, it retains its state. So if the computer goes down, it
oh,
leaves it on. I wish it didn't.
that's actually a problem though. If like for example, if like somebody accidentally cut a cable or whatever, it's gonna
Yeah.
leave it powered on, which is kind of bad.
Yeah. Actually, see, there might be an API call that makes the behavior different. I don't think there is. Hmm. I don't think there's any way to make it work like that.
That is unfortunate. We just had to hope that the computer is always on.
So what I can do is that I can make the computer automatically reboot and start the reactor control script if it crashes. But that does still mean that it needs power somehow.
Okay.
I guess the ideal thing would do after we get a little bit of uranium going, you can make a few pellets of RTG or plutonium, and like
Oh
make
yeah,
an
yeah,
infinite power source for the computer.
yeah. Just to power the computer, because yeah, if that happens again, it could be really bad. If you
Are
run
there
out
no
of power
WODs?
again, it could be really bad.
I upload WODs on YouTube, which didn't like my copyrighted music sometimes, so I record without any music on the
And if it
WODs.
happens when nobody's on, then rip.
Yeah. But the computers are fairly reliable, so I don't think it's a problem. Actually, do we have a timer?
The problem is that if we run out of power, the computer also lose power, and then that could be a problem.
And check the computer's internal power source and scram it if it looks like it will shut off. Actually, it might be able. Let me check the APIs.
Okay, also, so what changed in this version? Did they fix the loop bags? No, they still haven't. Darn.
Really?
Yeah, you still can't make Fortune 3 bags.
Okay, so that still hasn't been ticketed, so nobody knows about it.
Oh,
Okay, so there's no energy
I guess I
here.
just opened them on Fortune. Oh, also, I've noticed. Wait, is it normal that you can't put another P2P AE P2P on like on a cable that's already coming out of a P2P.
Right.
So we currently have a backbone Flux a cable that's like has all the P2P PE
Wait,
tunneling
so are you
in it.
talking about nesting MEP2Ps? You cannot nest
Yes.
them. Yeah, you cannot nest
Ah, I
them
see. Okay,
because
yeah.
it would be way too broken. Like you could run your entire base with a single dense cable. Pretty sure there is a way to read the energy of the computer, so I might be able to make it like scram when it's low.
Mm, maybe, yeah. But try to figure out what's causing the coolant cell issue first.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
running on
more urgent.
one vacuum right now, so I'll have to run it for run sometimes to see.
Okay, where's the PA?
I think it's in Cloud's inventory still.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Computer energy. Okay, that works. I'm gonna take the nuke down again for a moment. Maybe add some failsafes. RAM.
Uh, hmm.
Right, more what?
We have 4 ender chests that we got from bags. Should I use them for like which we should probably dedicate a channel for master AE input, right?
Maybe.
We can't just use triple Y for that. Cause like Adam probably need a way to shove his stuff back into the AE. Just put a miner next to it. We're out of Fluix crystals, bro.
The tier 1 CPU feels so slow. It takes forever to open everything or anything. So bad.
By the way, our open computer is basically a VM.
Kinda.
Huh.
Why?
Is the amount of like system resources we can give to the open computer limited by Minecraft? Like you can't give it more RAM than how much RAM you give it
Yeah,
your Minecraft.
of course.
Mm.
But like, well, there is a creative RAM stick, so that kind of gives infinite RAM. But yeah, well, I don't think it can use more than you have allocated for the virtual machine.
Mm.
Ah, RAM is way too aggressive. Okay, now I'm going to disconnect the computer power source. Where does it even get power from? Um, yeah, here. The cable anchor. I hate the basement. It's just full of flux cables. I think I need to make a dense cable crafting run and replace the backbones with dense.
I made like 1,000 Flux cable the other day and it's already all gone. What the fuck?
Well, dense cable is like what 4 each. So. You know what? Yeah, there we go. The energy is going low. If it goes below 250, it should now scram automatically. It should have scrammed now. Uh, oh, nice. Okay, that's one more failsafe. I still don't know why the script doesn't work on the reboot. A bit annoying. Let's see if there's something global in here. Since it's shut off. Oh, I know. Okay, so I never actually like initialized the shut off. That's the problem. That's why it won't reboot. Annoying. Okay, well, I can just put the shut off here. And actually, I need one more thing. I need to yank this from Nidus' source code. I think it's in init. This is the wrong one. Maybe it's in here. Nope, wrong one. I don't remember my own code anymore. Where the hell did I put it? Here? No. Actually, I can yoink that though. Yoink. That's much to do here. I can just edit it. Now, if I reboot, it should automatically restart the script. Here we go. Beautiful. Why are smart cables so ungodly expensive now? Because smart cables are really bad for FPS. So they're made more expensive so that you are incentivized to use covered cables. I need to somehow find there's a way to automatically make the computer reboot on a power up or on like redstone pulse. It's somewhere in here, but I don't remember where. Here? Here it is. And reverse the screen is better. Right. Now I have to find a timer somewhere. Oh, we have a timer. How convenient. Okay, now if I can force shut down the computer. Actually, let's place the timer first. I assume that was the trophy. I really hope that's the trophy though. I can see everything exploding here, so although I see a problem. How do I place this? Actually, there's a free slot here. Nice. Put this 1 2 seconds should be fine. Already 5. Right, now we can try it by turning off the computer here. Oh, I shouldn't turn it on. Turn off. Now it is off. And it should automatically boot up soon. But it is not looking very promising right now. Weird. This works in my Nidus code at least, so why it wouldn't work here. I'll try it with like a manual lever as well. Oh wait, I think it only reboots when you get an actual error. So like an unrecoverable error, not on power loss. But I'm not sure how I can force that. Actually, wait, no, I do. Um, uh-oh. My scram stopped working. That's not very good. Why did my scram not work? Uh-oh. Why? Why are you doing this? Um, why is the scram not working? Yeah, not a good thing to hear. Uh, Problem is I cannot even access I cannot access this shell right now. Maybe could it be the timer? Uh, that's that's a problem because I cannot edit the code. I think I'm gonna have to go to the server files and delete the outrun code. Give me a moment while I do that.
What?
Well, at least the thing is stable, so like it shouldn't be a big problem. Okay, that's weird. Okay, no, but now I don't think I can. Yeah, I have to reboot it again. But at least the scram works again. Kind of weird why it stopped working. But the timer is still there. Also, I just realized I can actually edit this live code directly from the server like folder. Yes, I'm going to do like an infinite loop here. This will never exit. And this should crash the computer. Here we go. But it does not reboot. Hmm, be a problem. Oh well. I guess I can just leave it running for now. Like it already has 2 fail safes. Actually, it has 3. I just cannot test the third one, so we just have to assume it works. And I finally do the. Wait, I ordered computer casing. Is that done? It is not. It is stuck, most likely. Yeah, it's stuck on the microchip because it does not have the correct circuit in there. I was kind of expecting that. Oh, recipe conflicts are so annoying. Okay, please make me a better computer. Thanks. Is it working? Also, I really hope the addresses of the components don't change when I switch out the casing. That would be really annoying. Also, why does everyone have nano armor but me? Wait, we have advanced nano chest space already? Since when did we get the new jetpacks?
Hmm?
Since when did we get the new jetpacks? Wait, we also have a wireless
Nano?
charger?
No, we have nano suits.
I see
I
the
think
jetpacks or the advanced knowledge place.
what? What do you mean?
You better improve jetpack.
Huh?
Do we not have what? I see most spa having it, and you also have it.
That's the nano suit
I,
jetpack.
I know, but like we have it, and I don't.
It's patterned. You can't go just make it.
Yeah, I tried, but it's missing some patterns.
Oh, the pattern for the jet plate itself, it's kind of like the MBT is kind of fucked. So you have
Ah,
to
okay.
fiddle with the
Yeah, okay,
MBT is
okay.
fucked.
It's
You
probably
have to fix it.
craftable. I'll try that. My computer ready yet? Is okay. Nice beep. Still no built-in disk drive. I thought Tier 2 had it, but apparently not. Nice. That was an easy upgrade, and this should have 12 components. It does not. Unfortunate. Looks like I have to make the Tier 3 anyways. Unless I can somehow get rid of the disk drive, but I don't think I can. Wait, can I? Because the hard drive has the OpenOS installed. Number of one. Oh, I need a cable. Oh, I need a cable real bad. I think the reactor, yeah, it's broken right now. Okay. What? Did it? Oh, okay. That might have just been a coincidence, but it kind of felt like the whole howl alarm went off when the tram activated. Oh, that would be kind of fun, actually. You know, we should have a single component available. Yes, we do. That means we can finally start actually monitoring the LSC level. Wasn't very smart. Wait. Oh no. Flooding. Oh, did I already place the adapter here? Like, I did, yes. But it's not connected, right?
Silver, bro. We're out of silver.
We have Argentia, so I just need to kind of set that up.
Where's
Helps fix
Adam?
all our
Is he on?
problems. Hmm?
Is Adam on?
No,
No, dang it.
you have to go mining. Alright, time to yoink some more code from Nidus. I managed to connect the LSC to the computer so I can actually display the power level now.
Also, by the way, I found some cursed recipes in
Um,
really cursed. You can
or what?
solidify molten borosilicate glass in a fluid solidified into quicksilver, and then you can melt it back down, but it turns it into mercury.
Wait, but Quicksilver is mercury.
Yeah, but you can solidify borosilicate glass into into quicksilver.
Okay,
So you
that
can transmute. You
hmm,
can you can turn borosilicate glass into mercury. What the fuck?
that might need to be fixed.
Why is this curse? Why is this curse?
We installed Project E. Yeah, Project E with just a single recipe. I need to yoink a lot of code here. Reusing code from NIDAS for the LSC interface.
Are you streaming, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Nah, as always. Wait, we have silver bees, but we had like 6 combs. Are they set up?
Probably not. We also have silver crops. Should I already use those?
Uh,
I can go plant them. You just need an extractor for them.
what they're called?
Argentia. They
Argan
produce Argentia leaves.
anti leaves. Oh, but you need silver ore to process it though.
No, you don't. You can just extract it. It produces tiny piles.
Oh, wait, but that's kind of wait, but it's so small though. Is it? That's
They grow pretty fast.
Okay. All right. Yeah, please set that up. Wait, but if is the nuke on fixed?
Yes. Although I'm
Then
still adding one more thing. So like we can
okay, do
see the
that first
LSC
then.
level.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for like
should take me
silver
like 10
content.
minutes.
Silver. Guess meanwhile I can actually. Okay, wait. There's actually nothing I can melt right now. We're like legit completely out. We have like a whopping 3 blocks of silver I can process, and that's about it. Wait, why do we have 3 stacks of silver rings?
I could read directly from VS Code. I can make it so. Like
What even
right now
is
this
that?
does not, but I could just open it inside the server files because I have access. As long as it's less than 256 things, it's pretty easy to change. So I'm still just doing that. There's some way to format this. Could actually work. Once again, we have a coding stream. Okay. Uh, this failed. Um, it should be right. For some reason, it failed. Hmm. Wait. Right. I'm missing a return statement, of course. Oh, of course. I have direct access to server files. Uh, that should have worked. Now I don't know why this crashed. Oh, because I because I didn't update it here. I guess I can just make like a really dumb check here that maybe over here. Um, doing this is a little cumbersome. And it's like 200 lines long. Takes so long to paste. Okay, please work. Not going to crash, isn't it? Not so. In the value local info. Why is this thing? Oh, right, of course. I need to have this up here. This is also appear local. Oh, this. And I have to edit again. At this point, it would almost be faster just to have the file inside the server here. If this doesn't work, I'll just switch over to the file access. And check. Hey, it actually worked. I'm slightly surprised. It is under cooling. Really, Fernand? I don't think it is. Basically, this one like enables the cooling, and it sets the cooling flag, and then it just sits here until the heat is under 500, and then it removes the vent. I'm pretty sure it's working as intended. Also, this is very crude right now, but at least we can see the capacitor charge. I think the EBF is up, so yeah, it's running. So we're barely using that. But it's very nice now. And now we can actually do the uranium without wasting the fuel. So let's work on that next. Hate how it's going up very slightly. I need to do the GUI for this at some point, so it's like a proper bar instead of just printing it out, which means even more dev streams. Right now, finally time to find the cable I need to use here. So right now we're using the aluminium, but it's only 16 amps, and that cannot handle it. We could go with platinum cable, but I feel like that would extract IV, and we cannot afford the IV energy deficit. So we need an EV cable that can do more than 22 amps. That pretty much leaves us with titanium cables, black steel cables, or steel cables. They have quite a lot of loss actually, which is unfortunate. I think we might have titanium cables pattern, do we? No. Oh. My chrome is pretty bad. Steel cable would work. No pattern either. Steel or black steel? Black steel is super cheap. But we don't have it on Autocraft, so it's been annoying. I think steel is the actual cheapest option here. I need like 2 stacks of, actually maybe 3 stacks of cable. TPV cables? Oh wait, it's TPV instead of titanium. Wait, they're both? There is both. The TPV would be the best. We only need 4x for it. A good suggestion. Let's see if we actually have the TPV though. We don't have to make it, which is a bit annoying. Oh, we do. Okay, we have plenty of TPV. Nice. 4x. Let's make 3 more. Okay, a stack of TPV for the cabling. Oh, wait, this is already TPV close at the multi-smelter. Flexing. Wire mill is somewhere in here. Are you the wire mill? No. You, maybe? Oh, wire factory, yeah. So I need 4x. 4 would be in here. Wow, okay, that's fast. Just GT++ things. Now, can I cover this easily somehow? I looks like this already needs wait, am I just blind? Okay, this is basically an IV cable, so it needs the silicone rubber things. So we should have polyphenol sulfide. Yeah, we do. I think I can just pattern it here. Ah, wait, what? How do you have a flame bat in here? For bright. I thought the machine was on fire. Weird. Please have a spot in the assembling machine. Ah, one spot. Wait, can this? We're actually filling the assembling machine for 24, which is like random stuff. That's not very good. Okay, let's see if we can actually order the cables now. Oh, and I assume we also need a bigger energy hatches. We have one. Ah, close. Why is that not parent though? Hmm. Is this enough? Ah, auto crafting. I must have been coming a lot lately. Do we even have the nether portal in here? It might be warp from Sand Rusher. Because I'm pretty sure the nether portal is still at the old base. Today. How goes the run? Just improved the script a little, so now we can actually see the power level of the LSC here. I also added like 2 more failsafes, so it should be much more reliable. I'm just preparing to move into uranium nukes now. Just making the cabling and the energy hatch so we can actually convert the power. Well, not convert, but like move it without burning the cable. Waiting for the autocrafting to finish. The input, all in lowercase. Right. Wait, did it already finish? Okay. Looks like our autocrafting is actually starting to be really pretty good here. I need one extra casing. Do we have that? We do. That's one. Right. Let's ram this and switch the cabling. Hot swapping this is always fun. Hope I managed to do it. I did. Nice. Because it is powering the EBF. Although I think the EBF still has the battery buffer. So I guess it would have been fine even if it went down. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cabling time. I hope I made enough cable. this shouldn't be that long. I feel like I might miss like a few cables there. Oh, somebody already started like. Wait, huh? They're actually making the wrong automation for this. Like you can see the import and. Oh, wait. Lynn, is this second reactor for your single rods?
Yes, I still do.
Okay, I see.
Okay, where did the spent fuel rods go though? It already went through a batch, but I have no idea what. It's not in the AE.
No, I haven't seen any. Just enough cable. Aluminium cable is a little dust. That should be fine. I found out that TPV cable is pretty good for EV cable. I'm using the 4X for the connection to the uranium one. Although now that I think about it, I probably should have used 8X so I can connect two of them.
Nichrome is also pretty good.
Is it? I
Yeah,
think
Nichrome is also
TPV
good.
has only 1 EU per amp. Yeah, no, Nikon is
Ah,
pretty trash actually.
it's just more losses doesn't really matter.
It does. It's like it's 30 cables, so it's like 120 EU, I think, for each amp. It's like
I mean, I
3,000 or more. Like remember, we have 22 amps for each reactor.
I guess, yeah. But if you have 22 amps, then it's you're losing.
We're wasting like just almost 7% of the EU just getting the
I mean, I
EU into
guess,
the
yeah.
supercapacitor. So why do that when you want to use a slightly more expensive cable? Okay, this should be fine for uranium now. I'll actually let me check the cooling. I think it is the wait. It actually hasn't. It hasn't voided any coolant cells with just a single vacuum. Is Flatline set up? Still no.
No, blue. Nope. Blue went to bed, so which means no plan for today.
At some point, I'm just gonna do it myself. All right. Do you want to try the uranium?
All right. Base explosion incoming.
Yeah. We could actually wait. Do we? No, I cannot automatically fill it. It only replaces the rods. Still fill it manually. Although that means we're gonna have a lot of like unspent thorium rods in here. It's gonna take like 12 hours for this to finish. I kind of want to try the uranium.
Oh, I mean, we could just make another nuke.
True, true.
They're not expensive anymore. We could just make another one.
Yeah, but we also need to make the vacuum freezers and the setup for that.
I
I
guess.
think I'm just going to switch this to use uranium, and we can suspend the or use the thorium rods in the 2nd nuke.
Yeah.
Also, because I want to explode the base.
Also, I have no idea what happened to the spent rods on the second reactor. It went through a batch already, but it's not in the A yet. Who took it? It's not. It's also not processed either, because I don't see anything. What happened
Hmm.
to the rods?
I don't know.
Who took it?
It disappeared.
It's vanished into thin air.
Yep. Ow. Okay. Great. Uranium is radioactive.
Who would have thought? Who knew?
Yeah. Well, this is my life now. I like how holding the uranium in your hand makes the radioactivity stop.
Makes sense.
Does it though?
You're holding it further away from your body.
Literally touching your skin.
Better than irradiating your
Also, I feel
internal
like
organs.
this thing is going to fill the AE completely. With just spent thorium rods. Oh wait, never mind. They stack somehow. Ow, ow. It's funny because the radiation doesn't even do damage. That's like ticking, but not doing anything.
I think
Alright.
protection helps, so.
I don't have any armor on me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it all got destroyed. Crops killed it. Alright,
How do
time to
crops
back
kill
up.
armor?
They are very prickly, the ore berries.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, so uranium nuke time. I should probably make a few extra coolant cells, just in case.
Why is the AE flickering?
I don't know. Alright, this is the final check, and then I will turn it on. Looks correct. Alright, let's do this. Ooh, kinda scary. It's on.
Eh? Looks good.
Yeah, cells are swapping.
That is a lot of juice.
That is quite a lot indeed. Can the cable take it though? 21 out of 24 amps. Yep, just barely. And now we can actually see it going up. Oh wow, yeah, okay, that's going up pretty fast. Look at
Okay, we can finally add more EBFs to poggers.
that. Yeah. Or well, you need to add dynamos still, but right, so this will last for about 5.5 hours, and then we will be out of fluid rods. So we need to set up the thing. Also, I kind of want to test the shut-offs now. It should go to 98% and then shut off the reactor so it doesn't waste any fuel. And this is actually filling up fast. Oh, it just ticked up 20% heat when it missed one coolant. That is quite a lot. But it looks like the heat vents are handling it, so yeah, they can do about 40% per one instance. I think I got a GIF out of this. And flex with it in Discord. Now we just need to worry about the vacuum freezers voiding. So far it has voided any. Actually, if you make the item monitor thingy, I can make like a storage monitor that shows the amount of cells in there, like at a glance. Storage monitor, I think. Oh, we have the pattern even. How convenient.
So you can probably reduce the amount of times it will heat tick by using just higher capacity cells.
Yeah, true.
You can just upgrade it to like 360 case, and then this
Yeah,
should happen 6 times less likely.
that is true. Hmm. Uh-oh. The cable here. What is what is this cable and why is it here?
It's for the second nuke.
Oh my god. What's in the way? Ah, okay, I guess I'll just put like a temporary monitor over here. Should work, right? Or it might not work because it can only see from like the output phase. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. Oh well. Inaccessible items. Oh yeah, there's the button for that. Right. I don't think I've ever used that button. Huh. Yeah, good point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I just connected two networks. That was a bit scary. There's no controller on the subnet though, so I don't think it crashed the entire thing. Oh, professional gamer, by the way. Nice, it works. Okay. 13. Not really scuffed right now. I kind of wanted to be like here under the reactor, but there's a cable going there for now. I'm kind of surprised I didn't manage to blow up a single nuke setting this up. Like, why is it off? Oh, what? Um. Oh, right. Haha, nice. It works. That's cool. Look at that. Alien, the capacitor thing, it works. It's saving fuel already. It looks really dumb. Yeah. Take a look.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Although I could probably make like it have some hysteresis so it doesn't constantly flick it on and off. But I guess it doesn't really matter with the nukes. Does it have a latch there that doesn't trash? Uh, where? Where do I need a latch? If you mean it's like going up and down constantly, but then yeah, I should improve it. Yeah, but I didn't add it. I just added a few lines of code. I could fairly easy add the like the little band where it goes between. But like it doesn't actually matter with the nukes because they have no stored up, so I can just post them like this. It's fine. It just looks a little bit stupid on the screen. It's fine for now. I'll improve it when I make the actual like GUI for it. Right now, I'm still just printing the info. It doesn't really matter. What do you mean you kind of turn a nuke off every few seconds? Uh-oh. It's uh it's missing a coolant. That's not very good. Okay. I have to add the latch. That's what happens. Um all right, I found a problem. It constantly toggles on and off, which means the cooling network has to constantly go on and off as well. And when it extracts a coolant, it doesn't like manage to put it back in fast enough.
Huh.
I just need to fix it in code though. Give me like a few minutes. Maybe it's 20% enough. Damn. Hmm. Wait. So okay. Goes above 98, it sets this to true. Then this cannot happen anymore. Wait, no, this won't work. No, it okay. This has to check every time. Uh, I'm supposed to know this thing. But I'm being dumb. Why do I? There's some spot where I need to add the like to check. So this shouldn't enable. Hmm. I guess actually let's have a better name for this. Right. They're being dumb. Let's just copy the code from Nidus, I guess. I have it in there. When in doubt, copy your own code. In power control, tools maybe. Here. Right. I guess. Let's have some additional. Wait, this won't work again. Ah, I need to check for this. What else here? Wait, this should work. Although I should probably actually put the hysteresis slightly smaller now so I can test it easier. Maybe like 95. And I just want to wait for it to go to 98. Then we'll see if it works. This is supposed to extract. There we go. Okay, that took way too long. So maybe the coolants are actually dying here. Hmm. Yeah, look, it's taking pretty long. I think I need an acceleration card. You have one though. Oh. I guess I'll try at 50% then. Ah, went up. Wait, did we lose a cell? There should be 13 still, I think. Oh, there's still 13, okay. A random tick. Which does waste quite a lot of cooling capacity though. Maybe we just lost a cell. Oh no, there we go, 15. Okay, 3 more percent and we can see if the hysteresis works. Imagine 8 of these. It's gonna fill up the thing so fast. And if I saw like 175 EV freezers, yeah, might be. I might just need to use an acceleration card. Let's see if this actually works now. It should toggle off now. It did. And it's not going back up. Oh, I think it actually worked. Because the reactor is off now, right? Yeah, reactor is off. So now we just need to wait for it to drop to, what was the level I said? 95. Yeah. So if it goes back on, then we know the code actually worked. Although I did not like there was a pause in there. The pause was pretty bad. Because if you have multiple reactors, we don't want the thing to stall when it's like disabling a single reactor. I'm not sure why did it stall? Hmm. Let's just get the second acceleration card and put it at 25 again. Gas flood drilling rig. I see. Oh, that's for the salt. Salt, I think. 1 more percent, and then we can see if the code works. I feel like this is the most time I've spent doing power structure infra in a while. Like making the plasma turbines in the Stargate base took less time than this did. Worth it though. Almost there. Ooh. Looks like the code works. Nice. Okay, let's set a more realistic um, font here. I feel like 90% should be fine. I think we'll do 99 here as well. Now I should just leave this be and see what. Wait, why do we have a hollow alarm? Hollow alarms and nukes don't mix. Okay, well, I'll just assume it works for now. It also should not break when we don't have extra rods after the cycle is finished. But next up, we'll have to set up the uranium rod cycling. Although this should last for like, I don't know, about 20 hours, I think. Because our consumption is so low that the thing is off for like most of the time anyways. This should allow us to actually run some more ABFs here. Get some more tungsten steel going and actually start making PAs and more IV machinery. Let's see, so we're doing silver next, I think. And was complaining about being low on silver. Well, I guess once Buzz is mined more. I think I want to do silver anyways. Because we still have to do crop processing. Unless we have PAs, I can use the LV machinery in the PAs to save on energy. Although we do have quite a lot of energy, so maybe I should just using GT plus pulse for that. What the hell is going on here? I guess this is where they launch the launch rocket. I mean, I guess it works. That's where I would launch it personally, but why not? Wait, transformium. So long to grow. I think it's like over an hour. This is still planted. Take a mega ABF with yourself, you coward. Honestly though, we are probably gonna do a mega ABF with the HSSG coils. It's a pretty good spot to do them, I believe. I like how look at the stats on this: 3 nutrients, 8 humidity, air quality at 1. This thing has been here for over 20 hours, and it still hasn't grown. Like actually stupid how long the crops take to grow in a bad biome. Like I even H3. Yeah, but Skyblock is a bit different. But honestly, we could probably make the Mega EBF in like a day or so, if you wanted to. Now that we have the power for it, it actually might be viable. Although we might want to make a few more quads first, it's just to smelt the HSSG for it. Right, Argentia, let's get some seeds here going. Should be all scanned, right? Yeah, looks like it. More crops. My life is just crops and coding. What more can you ask for? Right, now where should we put this though? I kind of want to have the stone lilies in here. This is a bit too small for it, so I guess I'll just put them either here or here. I'll place them here. Cure our crop rental class into a 5 month break. What? Really? It's been 5 months.
Uh, mm. But so, 嗯，
So is playing Skyblock, so normal crack deck rules don't really apply there. Is there like some reason you actually made the Mega ABF? Like that it allows you to keep something maybe? I don't remember. Ah, so many Argentia seeds. Lovely. Wait, up to ore here? Okay, nice. We still have enough. I'll take one more, and that should be enough. Or maybe to make better coils. Uh, Wait, why? Why can't you make Kantal coils? Can you not get Kantal? Hmm. Kind of feels like a small field. I think I would like to have two more rows. Whenever is quite useful. That needs one more cycle of the field, and that's gonna take like 30 more minutes. Probably spare. So I think kind of just leave this for now. I'll make sure these are all Argentia, and then I'm gonna start working on the dense cabling. Like I cannot, I cannot deal with the flux cables snaking everywhere in the basement. Let's get titanium for the AV vending machine. 3 EBF with 60 farms of MV is enough heat?
Samson, do you
Oh
know
no.
how to use the or dictionary export? Or dictionary export? I'm trying to have it export multiple things, but using
Yeah,
an and symbol and using an and symbol isn't working for some
it
reason.
should be, or should be, or it should be the line, like the straight line, kind of like an L. But I don't know what the keybind byte would be for your keyboard. Let me type it. This one.
Oh, this one? Let me
Yeah,
see.
that should be like or. Or do you actually need and?
Hey, is it alright if I start filling like the back of the base a bit more?
It's does it need a space in between?
I guess the base.
Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. Thanks. Now it's working.
Yeah, so you know how the nukes are in like they have like the wall behind them and it's just stone.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I start filling from this corner and then outwards?
Yes. But don't fill the entire mountain away, so you're gonna dig in there.
Wait, what do I not fill in? Can I just show
I
you my
kind of want to
build?
keep the mountain above us, so
Oh, the mountain above us. Yeah, I'm not gonna go above
yeah,
us. I'm just gonna go into the
yeah, that's
side.
fine.
Right, cool. Because I want like a really empty space that I could just put some temporary shit and then destroy later.
Uh, we should
Like,
probably start automating the building blocks soon, so we can start thinking about the new base.
yeah, I want to make the farming station setup.
Why don't you just use crops?
It's so slow. Getting crops up is so slow, and we have much more important crops to
How
get.
much wool do you need?
How much? How much? Why did you think I made like the clay line if we didn't need that many building blocks? Like we're gonna need a
You do
shit.
realize that it's running all the time, so like you probably cannot even build that fast.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be temporary because it's just we need the boost now because we're gonna build later.
No, but what?
This is why I'm
No,
putting it.
that I'm saying you can do it now because we are building later, so it has time to accumulate still.
I haven't been able to build because every time I log on, I think, oh wow, the spider nip is gonna like give me like thousands of wool and string, and
And
I'll
you
be
need
set. And I
wool.
log in, and there's zero. It's just like 200 string, and I'm like, what the hell? And
What are you using wool for?
I'm so disillusioned. You need wool for the qubit block.
Stupid? What, really wool?
Yeah, it needs
Oh,
black.
one black. You need one black wool for 8 qubits.
Yeah. So I'm so disillusioned by it that I'm so pissed off. I'm just gonna make a huge farm of string.
Okay.
Like I might as well,
Okay.
right? Like who cares?
Well, the reactor still hasn't voided any cells, so that's
Hmm.
good.
But both of their vacuums are running though, so.
Hmm.
But yeah, spider nip fucking sucks. It's awful.
Okay.
I was just sitting there waiting for like to breed it, and it has 4 stages, and it's like wow, transformium sitting right next to it is growing faster.
Did you try flax though?
Flax? I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have flax seeds, so that's
What is
good.
causing the freezes to void fuel rods? Not fuel rods. The coolant is being voided. It still might be doing
Maybe
it.
if we find
Like it's kind of
flax.
random right now. We're not sure what's causing it.
Also, do you need dirt? Like you were talking about digging up the Twilight Forest.
Yeah, the farms needed dirt.
Do you still need it?
No, But right now, not planning on expanding it anytime soon.
I'm gonna quit my voiding filter.
I mean, we will need more at some point, so like, might as well stockpile it.
Yeah, if that ever comes, I'll just go in the Twilight Forest and destroy it. Because my
Hey, Mood,
excavator's
Turtle is
insane.
telling you to automate polycarpractum for string.
Isn't that like garbage?
Kinda.
Isn't that what caused Steelix to start deving? Oh god.
Might be.
Like I remember him talking about how he was so annoyed at it that he started being a dev. And it might have been the worst
The origin
choice.
story.
Villain origin story, yeah. Oh shit, I can't just blindly cut into this because of the long distance fluid pipes.
Oh, right.
So I have to cut it off at some point.
What did I end up doing crops again? We're supposed to improve our A2. Oh, I should probably make the A2 use the nuke now, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Just hook it up. Where are titanium?
Wait, but is the dynamo hatch enough? I think the dynamo hatch can sustain the thing. No, it's a 16 amp, okay. Although the cable is only 8x, so I think I need a diode, otherwise the thing might blow up. Well, not blow up, but like burn. 4 amp EV diode. We don't have it, unfortunately. Ah, what? We have no aluminum and no titanium. How did this happen?
Yeah.
The aluminum or aluminium is currently being made in some of the EBFs. I think the titanium's also as well. I think there's like ilmenite process. It's just slow, I think.
We need to make a mega ABF, I think.
Can we
Yeah,
even
probably
afford the
soon.
coils? We're gonna need so many coils.
I mean, for
Like
like
we
the
can't
low
even
level
afford the
stuff,
coils.
we can probably do like really cheap coils.
Well, we should start by making all of these EBFs run at least EV and have HSS coils. Like, we have so much power now from the nuke, we just need to use it.
I don't
Yeah.
wait. What is needed to get Nidus up so that we can like observe the power level easily?
We can already do it, although it's just on the screen for now.
Hmm.
Have you not looked at the nuke yet? Like, where are you?
I'm near the
Oh,
LS.
yeah, hello. There's the screen. Right now it's really scuffed. But yeah, you can see the capacitor percentage over there.
Is this each single capacitor? Like we have 18 of them.
No, it's the entire thing.
Oh, it's just constantly being updated.
Yeah,
Is that percentage
yeah.
or out of one?
It's the percentage of the entire capacitor.
Oh, yeah, so it's out of one. Okay.
Yeah, out of one, yeah.
What would you call this? Nidus like 0.0?
More like reactor automation scripts 1.0.
Is that because the tier 1 computer?
Yeah. Well, I had to upgrade it to tier 2, but the screen is tier 1, so I have like no resolution to work with.
Oh, rip. Alright, I'm gonna start the filler.
I should probably add a lamp inside the reactor so we can see when they are running or not. really nice.
If it
Also, I was
flickers,
doing.
it might cause lag.
They don't flicker. They usually like stay off for at least 5 seconds, usually more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because well, the design I made, it doesn't turn it off while switching the coolant.
Am I getting hit by something? What was that?
My wither reed field grew everything but wither reed.
It grew like a single blaze reed, and then I cut it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You let it grow. Oh, there's another one on the same spot on the 24 growth as well. Actually, a cursed spot.
Alright, filler's active. FPS lag time.
It's really that bad. I don't even notice it.
I mean, it kind of is, but not as bad as last base where I had like 10 of them running at the same time. And I was also sponging out the oceans.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what are you joining?
The filler, which causes a
Oh,
bunch of like red blocks to go everywhere.
oh yeah,
Yeah, so last
yeah, it
base
does.
when I had to filler to bedrock everywhere, I had like 10 of them running and it was really bad.
Well, you want to use TNT instead?
I think it's less controlled.
Oh, okay. You had some visitors and just left.
There was the proposal to use reactors to cut the base open. You would put a single the core into a reactor and you turn it on. If you did two of the cores, then it would crash, I think. If you had one, you'd be fine. That's how I got those really gnarly destruction pictures of the
Oh,
base.
wait. I didn't know they were from that.
Yeah, it was when I blew up the base on accident, and then me and Pao just like fucked around and spawned a bunch of reactors and nuked the place.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Beautiful.
What's that?
Look at these images.
The crop farm looks really cool on the reflection.
Oh, I don't have reflective textures yet.
Why not?
You get that to work? You just put the resource pack in.
Yeah. Well, you have to also use the different version of the shaders.
I'm too lazy to update my renew resource packs folder. I've just been using the same one like a few months ago. I think I have a really outdated version of UU text, whatever. I don't think
Yeah, the
Japan is
third thing is third squad French. Rate of anything that's more
What
than
else do you
Dylan are
do?
using. Yeah, it actually might have fixed it. It sounded really similar to what you were having. So yeah, might have fixed it.
Are we sending IV power with like plat cables like last time.
Yeah,
Is that
we had like what 7 backbones of it,
I think we had 8.
and something like that. It worked pretty well though, because platinum is basically free after you make the flatline. Flatline
It's
incident.
really funny cutting all of it down and seeing like 2016x plat cables.
Yeah. How has Blue still not made the flatline? I guess it's because he doesn't have chlorine. I think I was lacking with the salty root. Like at this point, we could just plant the salty root in the ocean or something.
Is a salty root what does a salty root need? Like
It needs a low humidity biome, and the one we have with the farms is too high. So we kind of need to place it in the ocean, which is only 50%, and I think it would survive in there.
so we just have an area underneath the ocean.
I think we could maybe have it here, like on this roof.
What if we just use the hole in the ocean?
The hole?
It's right here.
Why is there a hole in the ocean? What? Who made this and why?
I made it.
Okay, I'm just not gonna go there. No, but we want the salty root to be quite high up
Oh
for
my
the
god.
air
I
bonus.
think the floodgate has found the hole.
Wait, is it actually filled?
Where is the hole?
Yes. It's in
Oh,
the
so that's
very
why this
top.
thing isn't working.
Where is
It's because
this?
it's filling this area first.
I
Over here.
Where is this? I want to see this.
Are these all MC zones when
I'm
planning
standing
salty root
right
just to
above.
get humidity? Actually, that might be a good idea. I think we have some garden soil in our AE.
Where is this? I don't know.
Although isn't
Where
it kind of plus minus
Oh.
0 because you also lose the nutrition bonus
Okay,
of
so
4
the
dirt.
hole was a manganese vein, and I mined it. So there's just like an empty cave right under our base, in the bay.
Oh my.
And it's filling up with water because there's a floodgate. So the floodgate's filling this up first because it's the lowest in the Y level.
Also, you can have like the garden soil and then 3 blocks of dirt.
Oh, there's also
Interesting
a
if it works
rock
like
item
that.
here. If any of the
Alright,
people
then.
take that.
It is so dark I can't see anything.
Do you not have night vision?
No.
Wait, you got like the nano helmet, right?
I don't know how to turn it on.
Oh, it's the IC2 mode switch key plus the night vision key at the same time. It doesn't tell you that you have to press it at the same time, which is really annoying.
Stop giving me this force seed. Oh, useless. I don't want your seeds. I guess I gotta
It's
want this.
not working.
Not working?
Wait, so did somebody make the wireless charger? Because my jetpack is not losing any power.
Yeah, I made it like
Okay,
last night.
yeah, nice. Very handy. And these ore berries are out to get me. Almost dying to them.
There is no night vision key.
Oh, sorry, it's the Alt key plus the mode switch key.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
There we go. I can actually see.
Maybe tomorrow I can finally get the ore process or crop processing going. Would be so nice. I was kind of waiting on the reactors.
Filling up with sugar beet.
Oh yeah, sugar beet incident. Oh, we can also now make the wireless terminals, I think.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah, because we have so much excess power. Until the fuel rods run out.
Wait, are we living on borrowed time with the uranium? Like we don't have.
No, we have uranium. We just haven't automated the the creation of the coils.
Oh,
Not
so
the
we
coils,
We
the
passed
also have a
this.
cells.
bunch of combs. We also have a bunch of combs that needs acid to process.
Yeah.
What is making passive uranium?
The bees.
Bees. All right.
Also, we have a
Now,
crap ton of those uraninite dusts. We just need to process that, and we can run the reactor for like a few more days. Should be enough to get the uranium recycling and the comms going.
because we got T2 rocket, right? Like tier 2 rocket.
Yeah, Anna must be mining a lot of pitch blend.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I think all the pitch blende got processed.
Yeah, we have 11 almost 12k uraninite.
Yeah.
All the gardens on the mountainside have been just multiplying. Yeah, they're everywhere. Well, it's
I'll
not
have
as
this
bad
still a
as
pattern dense cable though. I'm a bit annoyed by this.
the garden glitch, but
Also, we have so much Certus quartz.
The gardens spread? I never knew that.
Yeah, they do.
but very slowly. But there was that one version of the game where it bugged out and it spread everywhere.
I remember that.
That happened to Celestia, the city. And it was so annoying. I think I still have a picture of it.
So, hey Matt, do you think we can maybe start planning the rebase in a few days?
I think it's a bit early for that.
Oh, I have it.
Why do you think it's a bit early? Is there something that needs to be built in this space though?
Uh, can you do like the infrastructure area for like the new multis?
Yeah, I guess I could.
I'm still
Although,
thinking
aren't we like
about
replacing most of the single blocks with those multis? So should I just like
Yeah, most, but
repurpose?
no, we can't do all of it just yet. So we're not gonna get the assembler for a while, for example.
PA.
assembler is
And we have to use a PA for that assembling multi.
It's been literally like 3 years since I've used the GT multi that isn't like the ABS.
Yeah. It feels so OP. Like what? You can already make them for so cheap and they're super fast.
Why is there Lave 6 and 8 and 9 here?
Because people don't know how to switch them, I guess.
It's just randomly here.
Yeah. Remember who you are sharing the base with.
There's like Lave staircases on these pipes.
Also, where is Rubik's? I don't think I've seen in a few days.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him either.
I thought I saw him yesterday.
I think only me and Samsa has been playing every single day since Balls Farm launched.
Adam, maybe? I don't
Adam,
know if he
yeah, I think
played.
maybe Adams.
Yeah.
I've been on every single day.
Also,
Balling.
Sam Frusher has also been here almost every day, I think. Minecraft as well. I'm pretty sure I saw him like almost every day. I think.
Yeah, but I think only me and you are like on actually every day though. I haven't missed a single day.
This was my first day when I actually wasn't online for the entire day.
You
I
get
had
extra
to do the
points
plasma nerf.
for perfect attendance.
Let's check.
Besides, somebody's IV and it's got changed. Oh yeah,
server tops.
Helene, do you know, or we're thinking about the GT++ assembler? Because we might be
Wait,
able to
yeah.
do the precise one.
The what?
The precise assembler. It's IV.
Oh,
oh shit! The fucking
that
precise
thing.
assembler.
I remember
Are
that
Oh,
we-
wait,
thing was a
never mind.
pain to make, though. It was kind of a pain to make, though.
Yeah, it
We're
looks like
allowed
it's
that.
LUV energy hatch. Yeah.
Oh wait, we don't have any restrictions this run. I forgot.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm back to leading on the time plate.
Wait, no, what?
143 hours. Sunny is the second at
Oh, this,
130.
okay.
I have
LUV
the
energy
most hours on
hatch.
the servers right now.
How much is my hours?
Let me check. You are 39 hours.
That's to be expected because until
Yeesh.
recently,
And
when
meanwhile, yeah, I'm
Delano,
143. Phineas 130. Sam says 119. Adam has 118. Yeah.
when Delano told me about like exit lag, that fixed everything.
I'm gonna have to start paying for it, or I'm gonna just use your multiple emails.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're still
I
missing
have like
two
dozens of
ballers.
accounts.
Two
What do you
ballers
mean
and
I'm gonna
Leverage.
pay for it?
Yeah. Criminal is busy with work, I believe. Sinscan is kind of burnt out. But yeah,
And then
Paul was here.
Pal with a whopping 3 hours.
Huh.
Disjointed.
Didn't he just come out of vacation?
Yeah, he just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Colon
That's
7
like
hours.
going to
Basically
bed.
never did anything.
Paul is also 10 hours behind me. I think he's the only one living on the West Coast. I will barely be seeing him.
Wait, what? What time zone is Rubik's in?
I think,
Texas. So like
yeah, East Coast. Oh well,
East.
yeah.
He's
I'm on
East
the West Coast
Coast?
as well. So
Oh, you are?
Wait,
Huh.
yeah, it just I've been waking up pretty early.
I see.
wait.
Yeah, I
Rubik's
thought you were on East Coast because of that.
is like online at like 4 in the morning. Is he really East Coast?
No, he has his sleep schedule's fucked. Don't question it.
Oh, okay. So he's in the same time zone as me, except he wakes up at like 3 in the morning.
No, he's on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, is what I'm saying.
I'm on the South Coast.
Wherever that is.
It's in the southern part of Finland.
He's on the West Coast.
The West.
Maybe with an 16 amp Avihatch can do it. Ah, yeah. If we make the map, we can make the precise assembler actually, yeah.
Also, my AI bugged out. I can't, for some reason, nothing is showing up when I search things.
Oh,
It's just completely blank right now.
sounds weird.
Yeah, it's just completely blank. I can't search anything. I don't know what happened. Okay,
Wait,
this
so
one
do you
works.
just like not see Nay at all?
Like, there's just nothing. Like, the list is there, but it's completely empty, and I can't search
Oh.
anything. Let me try relogging.
Cough. Unmute the mic.
Nope, it's still there. It's still completely empty.
You press the
Yeah,
button
I
or
have to
something?
reboot. I don't know. What hotkeys are there? Did I press the hotkey or something?
I don't know.
Oh, nice. Someone actually made unstable ingot blocks. Very cool.
And what did you notice the lime fruits that are not growing at all? They've been here for like 20 hours. And
Yeah,
still not
because
growing.
they're on the beach biome, aren't they?
Yeah, so bad.
Wait, are you actively breeding crops right now?
Yeah, kinda. I'm just feeling this. I extracted the seeds, so I'm just doing it. I'm not gonna do it any longer. I want to start making more dense cables so I can start unpacking the cable situation in the basement.
Oh yeah, all that fuckery. I need a back.
New minutes, the rest of the bus line. Oh yeah, what are we gonna make the bus line?
Oh, we don't have leather though. Or
Wait,
tan leather.
didn't what? We should have leather.
No, I'm saying we don't have The phosphorus pentoxide stuff.
Ah,
for
yeah, we have
the
like 5
actives
stacks of
or-
that there from just a single crop I planted.
Which machine should I put in the PA first? I guess the laser engraver.
Laser engraver, yeah. So basically, we need 3 PAs. One for each machine inside the clean room, so we can
Yeah.
get rid of the clean room.
Actually, no. I can make the cutting machine. I can make it the cutting machine. The cutting
Ah,
cutting multi. I can make
We
the
Okay.
also
cutting multi.
need we also need the assembler, right? Because there are
Yeah.
some assembler recipes in the clean room.
Should we do something cursed and make like a 2x2 quad PA? That's just 4 different machines.
Will we have enough slots for that? I don't think we will.
I think they can all have 6 unique hatches. Or
Six
what
unique
other
hatches?
what slots are you talking about?
That's not a lot for like the laser engraver.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, we might as well just.
I mean, the
separate
maximum is 8, so casing limit is so high, so we can only have 8 input buses.
I mean, we might as well just separate them. I don't think it's worth the effort.
Can we make the IV laser engraver? Yeah.
I think so. What do you even need it for?
Not sure, but if we can make it, then we should probably just wait. I guess we can make 4 EV laser engraver. That might be better.
We really need to get the plus line running though. I kind of want to make the backbone cable out of like platinum cable. We also need the
How much?
iridium so we can make the dynamo hatches for it.
I mean, we have like 400 ingots of platinum right now.
Well, yeah, but if I want to make the backbone out of like 16x platinum, that's gonna take a few thousand platinum ingots.
Okay, yeah.
Remember when progression was 1 tier per day, and then we hit IV.
Or like 8 EV.
Yeah.
Yeah, EV. We're like,
Yeah, because like we've basically been progressing without infrastructure, and now like we hit EU, we have to catch up on infrastructure now.
Yeah,
oh
but it's so
god,
much nicer now that we have A, so we can actually just make
Yeah, like
actually
honestly,
permanent infra.
that's good. Like we rushed AE and then we set up infrastructure. It's much easier this way.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I'll have to rebuild everything. Oh well, at
For
least
the
yet.
first time.
We will have to rebuild everything at some point anyways, but we should get diffusion with the current setups.
Oh, is this
Also,
based off of diffusion?
new fusion fuels were added, so we might be trying those out when we get to like TPM or UV.
Also, I'm looking at the power generation tab. We could have just gone with benzene still. Like we could just really upgrade to nitrobenzene and use the big turbines.
Well,
Like,
yeah, we could have, but nukes are much cooler, no?
Isn't that
I
like
guess,
the
yeah.
plan though?
Speaking of nukes, I'm kind of interested in trying out the liquid thorium, liquid
Okay.
fluorothorium, the salt reactor, the liquid salt reactor.
Yeah, go ahead and try, but I don't think it's very
I have
good.
no idea what it's like though. I
Yeah.
just saw it and I'm interested.
I thought one of the rules for this run was that we weren't gonna like use benzene later.
Yeah. I want to try new power gen options because that's like there's been quite a lot of discussion and work on the power
Yeah,
gen
the
tiers.
liquid, the off
Someone-
TR, kind of
Wait,
seems like a
someone is,
pain to make though.
Someone's
Yeah, it
using
seems like a massive
glowstone
pain to make
nooks
though.
in the base.
Yeah,
Who is this?
it's kind of cursed. I think it's either Rubik's or Lin.
Oh my god! Please, these
Wait,
are
what?
horrible. Glowstone nooks.
I
like,
didn't place
tiny
that.
glowstone
I've been placing
corners.
torches instead.
Yeah, that's way better.
How good is the Thaumcraft power gen option? It's actually surprisingly good if you can make more Ender Dragon eggs. Like it's easy like 2 amps of LUV in IV.
I wouldn't say easy, but yeah.
Of
Also,
course, it
like,
needs some more
Samsat
work, but
Also, Samsat thinks the basement is a mess. To me, the basement's pretty organized.
you have not seen our basements.
The difference in perspective. Yeah.
Like, have you seen our Stargate space?
Yeah.
Bud?
I've seen
But I'm
photos.
just happy I'm able to contain your chaos in the basement. I can enjoy my non-basement
I
areas.
mean,
in peace.
I have been trying to not make too much of a mess.
It's a personal dimension. Oh, it is. Wait, when am I getting a personal dimension so I can do?
I am showing restraint, believe it
little
or not.
tiles.
Oh wait, do you need creative for that?
I do. Yeah.
I think I need to make like a command block or something that just gives you creative when you go in there and takes it out when you come out.
I mean, I also need command block access too. So.
Oh no, I'm gonna destroy the
Why?
server.
Are you not? Do you not trust me? What did I do to deserve this? This
I
lack
want to
of
be the
trust.
only one
trust
with
anyone.
admin access.
Admin
Oh.
abuse.
Selfish. This
Mm-hmm.
is selfish.
What a dictator!
Yes,
Is this how you want to run a server?
I'm a shellfish. Kinetic Gen when? Are we doing kinetics? I do kind of like the windmills. But we could maybe
Kinetic?
actually do like an offshore wind farm. It'd be pretty
I hate
cool.
the windmills though. The windmills are way worse than the water ones. So.
Oh my.
Yeah, but it
Okay,
wouldn't be like
I'm
a
interested.
permanent gen. Like imagine a
Yeah,
few
but
offshore wind farms. It would be really cool.
the wind ones just shutting off randomly makes them really bad.
Yeah, true. Although the biome we are in is ocean, it would be really easy to just add the kinetics everywhere. Wait, actually, beach. It is ocean. So we could have the kinetics like in the basement or something.
I mean, we do have access to rivers.
Rivers
We live
are
right-
worse. It's better to have them in the ocean, I think. Is it
Wait,
not?
what? Really? I thought rivers were better.
I'm pretty sure oceans are the ones that are more stable. Like rivers kind of fluctuate. I
Huh.
think.
If that was the case, why didn't we change the biome to ocean?
I think we did. Did we not?
I thought we kept it as river because we thought river was better.
Oh, I might be wrong here. Oh, probably it's kinetic generation. It's like 1.5 amps of the tier they make it. It's quite resource intensive, but it is free power. And if after you get iridium, it's just no maintenance.
The water ones are like 1.2 amps constantly, and then
Yeah.
the wind ones are like 0 amps to 4 amps, but they're so inconsistent that they suck.
You need to make a Stargate on a command block tier. True.
Yeah.
Filler isn't going fast enough. I'm
Okay,
so
where should I
impatient.
put the PAs?
How many do you have?
I only made we can only afford one.
Um,
Sad. This is so sad.
Shouldn't we put them where the single blocks would go?
I can
if
try
we
to
really
make
lose
another.
them?
there's kind of space for actually 6 PAs in the end here. So maybe they could come here. Go
Yeah,
here.
that's where I was thinking.
Pull in. Oh, here. I will show you the way.
Okay,
We joined.
please show me the way.
In the end
Oh,
here.
Matt joined. What's up?
So basically, we can have the one PA here, and then we can wall share another one, and then wall share a third one.
Ah,
So exactly space for 3.
We're talking about a love for balls.
yes. I love balls.
Although the middle one needs to be something that uses less buses, like the cutting machine or something, because it only has 3 unique hatches. Actually, it has 5 unique hatches. The edges have 6 each.
Only like a quarter before my
Let me know when you're
FPS.
setting them up. I can help with the hatches, because I kind of want to have the hatches like in the underside, so it doesn't look weird. What is G doing here? Also, wait, Mudman joined, but he's muted?
He has to update.
Ah, okay.
I'm cooking some black steel.
Imagine if you had EBFs connected to the AN2 network. Why is still why have we not done that yet?
I don't
Actually
know.
insane.
No one's lazy
Somebody's
enough
been
to do it.
constantly managing it by hand. It's not
Yeah.
me.
It's actually insane. Why? How do we still not have them connected to the network? Hello,
I
Fire.
I hooked up the output, but I didn't hook up the inputs.
Yeah. Maybe I should do that when I do the dense cabling.
I need to make some invincible tools for the farming station. Wait, how do I do that? Unstable mattock. Isn't that a quest reward?
Texture pack I'm using is actually mostly just vanilla. Um, it's only the GUIs I have a texture pack for, and the reflections, but the actual textures are default. Need more crop sticks. Want to get the silver going. Even though I don't have a crop manager. I should actually I don't have enough channels here anyways. Need to get those dense cables going. How expensive are they even? Why are these not patterned? It costs like nothing. Okay. Uh those should be patterned. It's just something crazy, like 2000 covered cable. What could go wrong? Oh, wow, okay. It actually works. I just don't have enough crafting CPU capacity. Almost. 900. There we go. We're actually gonna get some dense cable here. Ah, yes, read. Very useful. Salt fruit. I'm surprised it didn't die. I guess it's because it has air access. I think I'm gonna get this field bred up, and then I'm going to leave for tonight. Almost 2 a.m. already. Tomorrow I will be streaming slightly later as well. My dad will visit me in the morning, so I'll try to be live at around 4 p.m. my time, so about 3 hours late. So many crossbreeds. Give me the Argentia. Like a 50% chance. Well, I guess that's actually pretty low when you consider the size of the field. Tomorrow we should be able to make a lot of infrastructure. We got the nuke running, which means we have basically infinite power. If we can get the platinum going, we can start making like a centralized power setup here. And if Blue doesn't make it tomorrow, then I'll do the flatline myself, I guess. It would be the first time I make that thing. Let's leave this for a while and let them grow. So many random seeds. 2 tine, 1 cotton. I have this hole here, 60 slots. I'm not completely sure what I want to plant in here. We have tin and copper here, so maybe like plumbilia or lead. Kind of makes sense, and you always need a little bit of lead at least. We have plumbilia though? I don't think we have that many seeds. Yeah, we have like 9. We haven't spread it properly. Ah, I see. It's just like half plumbilia, half plumbiscus. Anything else maybe? Blaze reed. We could place blaze reed in there as well. But I kind of want to have blaze reed with the evil ore. Kind of have themes going on. So it's like the nether stuff, the quartz, blaze reed, maybe wither reed here as well. I could plant the wither reed already. So then, do we have the coal ore for that? I don't think we do. We might. Who knows? Adam might have been mining. Oh, we definitely do. Okay. Double check this area for weeds now. Seems to be all fine. It's good as well. Almost fully grown again. This is almost fine. Iron. Okay, nice. We got the seed. We have almost 6 now or something. Let's check. Iron. Oh, 5 seeds. Can spread that fairly fast if you want to. But I don't think we need iron that much. See how much we have. Because magnet gives so much iron. I don't have like 13k. 14k. It's less than I was expecting. Maybe I should spread the iron ore berry. But who wants to see me doing more crops? Like I've been doing this for 3 days. Although only the first day was like intensive. I just kind of tending this on my off time. Hey Mud, we're gonna do crops at some point. We should probably do iron ore berries as well. They're the best source of iron.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what? Sorry, what was that, man?
Iron ore berries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We have like 5, so it should be pretty good, pretty easy to get going.
Are you real? Like, we need iron?
Oh, yes. We don't really have any source other than like mining.
Actually, no, we
crazy.
have a shit ton of iron. We have a shit ton of iron.
Yeah,
Just
we
haven't
have
smelted it.
14k, but it will run out at some point, and we then have to go mine more. So might as well just have the crops for it and start passively
was-
generating it.
Was
We
kinda
know we
imagining that.
have 16k magnetite plus another like 20k in other forms. I think we're fine for a while.
Yeah, for a while, but then. Also, don't
By then
they?
we're gonna have like automated mining at some point. So
True.
I thought all the like garnet and shit just
I
like
don't think
broke
we'll
down
need
in
the iron one. I am pretty sure
Okay.
we don't need the iron.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because we had like, I'm pretty sure iron was like the #1 top thing, even though we didn't have any iron plant.
I think we did. Wait, I remember us having it. Also, I started making like 1,000 covered cables, so I can make about
No
5
idea
stacks
how
of dense cabling.
it works. I just
What,
I just downloaded the recent version and I opened it. I don't
what
have it on.
happened? What did she open?
I just replaced my the so on the download for 2.3.4, I just like kind of swapped it into the current instance, and it worked.
Oh, yeah. It does. This is reloaded.
Can he
Wait.
hear you?
Huh?
Wait,
Oh,
seriously?
I have
So I
Madman
need to make.
muted. There we go.
Why?
Okay. He was
Why?
making
Okay.
random noises, I feel like.
Huh.
Okay, now I can hear him. Oh, hello, Madman.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
It's fucking acting weird. Do I need to make an entirely new instance for this one?
No?
Okay, good.
Are you using the script?
I
Does
am
the new version work well?
going to.
So far we haven't found any problems. So,
This extruder is called extruder
although
rumble pipe.
you cannot
It's
enchant
large
loot bags, so if you try to do that, then maybe you don't want to update. But other than that, I don't think we have any bugs so far, at least.
If there was ever a better indication of our base and kind of like shambles right now.
Looks like the cooling works right now, though. We haven't lost any cells yet, so doing pretty well. Ah, reactor automation. So nice.
Only like 2 of these extruders have actual molds in them.
Oh, because we
some
have the
reason.
multi-block one.
Oh, okay. Do we
Yeah.
have one for small
Why did we not
pipes?
name the interfaces? And we also left some patterns in the old ones without the molds. Like, why?
Yeah, I just assumed that we were still using the small ones. Where's the larger one?
In the basement.
Maybe the second
Oh,
vacuum. Both of them are running right now, so
oh, found it. Alright, cool.
like, I didn't really change anything. Although it is running less right now because of the
These interfaces?
switch on the LSC.
That is so weird.
You go back. Thanks. Ow. What?
How do I add more like interfaces to this? Because I don't know how to use these interface P2Ps.
It's just
No, no, they're the same as a regular interface.
yeah. But if you want to make more, you just place a tunnel and think of an interface.
Oh, so like are those linked to actual interfaces?
No,
No, they're
They
just
just-
they're just they're just interfaces but cheaper. I don't know
Oh.
why they exist.
Cool.
actually, it's just cheating.
Yeah, it is cheating. What the hell? How do I turn them into interfaces? Do I need an
You
interface?
click it with you right click it with an interface in hand.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna make one for small pipes. And one of the patterns for the extruders in the single blocks is still there for normal pipes. So I'm just gonna take that.
It's Argentia field just does not want to give me Argentia. Doing everything else. I got an hour early seed out of it. Like 5 times seeds, 3 copper. Actually, it's
Actually, I'm
stupid.
just gonna use the single blocks because they're already here. So like whatever, fuck it.
Wait, is there a lathe? Or is it the 9-in-1 as well?
Or what?
Multi-block.
A lathe?
Lathe, yeah.
Um
Yeah, it's the 9-in-1.
It's
And I hate that. I hate that machine so much. I got so cheap. 9-in-1. Why? Where are the 9 machines?
Oh yeah, you only need 6 machines to make it.
PAs are so much more balanced. Like we can probably tell who made the automation in each building from the amount of PAs. Because I will be making everything using PAs.
Yeah, I'm definitely using GT. They're just better, so I don't see a reason to not use them.
But PAs. Why is this walrus a thing? So stupid. Did you guys see the walrus?
Yeah, I saw the walrus. I don't know who made it, but it's
So
hilarious.
dumb.
Stop fucking the walrus.
If you stand right next to it, it will place it in the water, but it's a ghost block. Really funny.
How is the floodgate still not finished?
Probably because of the hole.
How big is the hole?
You didn't go down it, so you have no idea.
Take a look. Wait, I'm gonna drown in there? I think I will.
Probably. Need to make extruder molds. Oh, very fun.
What the hell? It's actually filling it just in range. Like it's filling about 70% of it. Almost done though. So stupid. Contemplate the disco ball.
We don't have a pattern for steel plates. Oh,
We should.
Like
Do we
what?
not?
we don't, apparently. We're gonna make one.
We definitely did. What happened to it? We definitely do. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, we do. It's sitting in one.
Wait, we do?
Yeah, we do.
That's weird. It didn't show up. I just saw it in the pattern interface terminal.
The then smart cable is actually so expensive. Well, It needs head switcher gets it's a bit annoying. I think I still want to use them for the main controller. I just really like the colors on them.
I think it's something wrong with this terminal.
Which terminal?
I mean, these two.
What do you mean?
Wait, why can't I see steel plates as the craftable?
No, it's in there. What are you talking about?
Oh, I cannot see
Can
it.
you
Yeah.
order it?
You search for steel plates and it's there.
You can order it? Can you order it right now? Could you order?
You can order it from this terminal. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
order it.
No, but that
What are you
one
talking
terminal
about?
cannot order it.
Wait, which terminal can't order it?
Now
The
it's
ones
showing
on
up.
the,
This
like, the islands. Machine islands.
Now this one's showing up, and now I can order it.
What the
Wait.
fuck?
We are using an experimental version of A2. That might be a bug.
Is something like disconnecting the system in certain areas?
Now I can see it in here.
Yeah, I could also see it in there, but before I couldn't, so that was weird.
Oh.
Wait, no, something's flickering the AE.
Oh, are we out of energy maybe?
We got a power?
No, it should go down more. It might be the experimental version we are using.
Yeah, no, like the AE is flickering occasionally. I don't know what's causing. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's probably the experimental. I'm going to have to report that to repo.
Wait, could it be the AE toggle bus
We have
On
an
the-
80 toggle bus on the system.
on your cooling loop? It's a subnet.
Oh my god.
Why is
It
there,
shouldn't
why are
matter.
there a bunch of Eldritch
What
Guardians?
the hell is these?
What
What
the
the
fuck?
What the hell is going on?
Oh my god.
The Sand Rusher incident.
Is this warp?
Yes.
Did warp do this? Oh. Alright, well they're dead now.
Yeah, so am I. I don't have any armor, so I just died. Also, I only have 10 hearts.
Is he wearing an architecture craft thing on his head? Do you see that?
Yeah, he is.
How do you do that? How do you wear stuff?
I don't know. Earlier he was using a Mesa workbench on his head.
Go to like in your inventory, click the diamond chestplate tab, and then you can put a block on your head.
Wait, what the
Okay.
fuck?
Oh, interesting.
So dumb.
Wait, what else can I put on there?
Look at
Yeah,
me.
there's some dumb blocks you can put on your head. Yeah, NASA workbench is a good one. Look like a villain.
Yeah. And did you do that? Over here. Although I want to try the gloss. Okay, that looks kind of cool.
Alright,
Now
I
I'm
totally
reflecting.
got sidetracked when we got attacked by the Guardians. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the steel plates. You said there's a toggle bus?
Yeah, there is.
Where?
In the reactor cooling loop.
When I was doing A1 for the first time, well, not the first time, this was like a while in. I was doing A1 on the server, and I had a dark cable, which is like the same thing as a toggle bus.
Yeah.
And it kept flickering, and the server kept dying because of it.
I've actually looked at how the reactor cooling loop looks like.
Alright, the filler's done.
Do you have any idea how the reactor works right now? Oh my god. Grand Rusher has been lifting some weights.
What is he doing? Oh, he's got a large cobble on his head.
Oh, it's finished.
In.
Can you put Floppy Scarlet on her head? Oh. Oh. Wait.
I think glowstone.
You can have
melts
very reflective
everywhere.
heads.
Okay, it doesn't work. It's not emissive. I'm just white now. Oh. Wait, do the slopes work? Oh my god, they do.
Yeah, you can put a sphere on your head. You can put a cylinder. No,
Wait,
you can
can
put
you
a
put a...
cylinder. If you put a
Okay.
cylinder, you look like a Roblox character.
No, that was a glass sphere. No way.
I can't put the sphere on my head.
That's actually kind of cool. Okay.
Wait, now I can't. Wait, this doesn't look that good.
Check me out. Wait, what did you do? Where are you?
It's kind of chatty.
Uh.
He's not facing me. I was gonna ask him to give me the architecture craft table.
Pipe.
What was that?
It does.
Is that Phineas?
Oh no. Pipe. I cannot see it properly myself.
Head empty.
Oh. So dumb. Oh, I'm still crossbreeding. Let's probably check on that before I
The
forget.
entire transformium field is just weeds.
I just lost one Argentia. It's fine.
I think he disconnected with the architecture craft table on his head.
We have multiple though.
We do? Where's the other one?
Yeah, there's one in the lobby area. I think we made 4. So I don't think I've ever automated a crafted AE2. Like you make them in LV and then you never need to make more again.
You never automated what?
The saw bench in AE2.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just like one per person. And then
Yeah.
you're good.
Here. How does this sphere even look? Okay, that just looks uncanny.
Alright, I'm gonna go for now. Adios.
Right. This sphere. Sphere is floating above the base. If they reflected, then maybe, but right now they look kind of weird. And this feels just like Phil. Time to go sleep already. Almost full. Okay, that's a weird reflection. Kind of cool. From Guardians are emissive with Trader. Huh. Yeah, very slightly. That's kind of interesting. Hmm. I wonder what causes that. I think it might be because of the alpha values. Some of the textures use the alpha for the emissiveness, and my script only copies the alpha of the underlying texture. So it has some transparent features, then those might be emissive. So I don't want this field to be done. I'm just gonna check it once and take away everything that's not Argentia. It's only like five Argentia. I guess I can just fill that with disease we have. And we have some extras here. I think I'm missing a single seed now. I didn't account for the 2 in the beginning. Oh, no, I'm missing way more than 2 seeds. 3 holes. If I don't finish it, then I will forget. Wait, wasn't there a third as well? I'm tripping. It's a bit full now. Okay. Well, that's done. I can go sleep now. This should all be safe. Yep, that's safe. 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 With a wrong crop, that's fine. Right. Final check onto nuke, just in case. What's the Argentia for? Silver. It straight up makes silver, so that's very nice. This has not voided any cells, so that's good. I don't know, maybe the uranium nuke is somehow more reliable than the thorium nuke. I don't know why that would be the case, but it seems to be like that. This has been running for like around 3 hours, and the durability has gone down by less than like 2/3 of an hour. So this should last for about 20 hours, I hope, with the current use. But if I start using more, then this will go up as well. Tomorrow we might need to add the second nuke to the circuit, so maybe we can get the fuel rod automation going as well. But that is it for today. I will be streaming tomorrow as well, slightly later than normal. So hopefully about 7-8 hours at least. Let's see, is anyone else streaming? Everyone is offline. Actually, I don't want this raid. Oh, there we go. Okay. I will send you off to Daddy Diddy. Right. Night, everyone.